An Englishman's home, so they say, is his castle. Nowadays, an Englishman's stately home is probably his source of income. Visitors are welcome and necessary.
Well, certainly this place used to be open to visitors. Look at the notice.
Well, perhaps it used to be, but I don't think it's open anymore.
I say, hello there! You're just in time for a tour around the grounds in this beautiful old car. It only costs £50. Oh, I mean 50 pence each.
Who are you?
My name's Nearly. I own this place and this car.
Oh, I see. How interesting.
Let's go on the tour, shall we?
Oh, all right, dear.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, yes. It's a lovely car, isn't it? It's 43 years old, you know. My father used to drive it. Oh, he was a very good driver. No, the door won't open. I'm sorry. You'll have to step in over the top. It used to open, but it doesn't open now, I'm afraid. There we are. All right, my dear? Now, gently does it, my dear. There we are. Good. Yes, there we are. Just a moment. Be careful, Badger.
I'm very sorry. It won't happen again.
Do you think he's safe? Ah! Watch out! A tree!
I'm sorry. That tree never used to be there, I'm sure.
Badger, that tree has been there for 600 years. Turn left here, Badger. Left.
But we always used to turn right here, didn't we?
We used to, but that was last year. This year, we're turning left. Left! Left! Look where you're driving, please.
Can't we stop him?
It's all right. I think he has stopped now.
Well, this is our first stop.
Oh, is it?
It's, safer down here.
Yes. Oh, me.
Can you manage, my dear? Well done. That's it. Over we go. Good girl. Lovely. Now then, let's see. Where are we? Ah, yes. Here is a very interesting statue of the 12th Lord Nearly.
Where's the statue? I can't see a statue.
No? Oh, dear. There used to be a statue. It says so here. Isn't that right, Badger? Usedn't there to be a statue here?
No, sir. There was never a statue here. Here, sir. Look.
Oh, yes. Perhaps we ought to move on.
I'll see you back at the car, sir. The engine needs checking.
Very good, Badger.
I don't know which is worse, listening to Lord Nearly or being driven by his chauffeur.
Here is the statue of the 12th Lord Nearly. Oh, I beg your pardon? No, that's wrong. Ah, yes. There you see a painting of my grandfather, and beside it, the bed where Queen Anne used to sleep whenever she visited the hall.
There isn't any painting. And that isn't a bed, it's a bench, and I don't believe Queen Anne ever slept on it.
I suppose you must be right. Well, she used to sleep somewhere, even if she used to sleep here. She visited the hall 3 times. Or was it twice?
It was 4 times, sir.
Oh, thank you, Badger. What are you doing, Badger?
I'm trying to repair the engine. Something's broken.
Poor Badger. He's a terrible driver, and he knows nothing about cars.
Then why do you employ him as your chauffeur?
His father used to drive my father's car. And his grandfather was my grandfather's coachman. He was a bad coachman. He was always smashing the coach up.
Does your chauffeur often smash your car up?
No, Badger's only started driving it this year. Before that, we used to have a bus for visitors. But Badger drove it into a wall. Excuse me. Look here, Badger. You'd better leave that to me.
Certainly, sir.
We ought to go.
But which is the way out?
Excuse me. How do we find our way out?
Why do you want to go?
Well, to begin with, Lord Nearly doesn't know anything about the place.
No. We used to have a proper guide. He was very good. The visitors used to give him a lot of money. So he went off and bought a big house of his own.
Badger!
Excuse me.
I fixed it.
Good. This car always used to work perfectly.
It used to, until you started looking after it. What's happened to our visitors?
They're over there. They said they were going. But first, I expect they'll ask for their money back.
What shall we do?
I know what the old guide used to do.
What used he to do?
I'll show you.
I wonder what this is.
Ah, excuse me, ladies. I'm sure you'd like to know what used to happen here. Now, imagine this pillory as it used to be. Imagine the poor victim. His head here, his hands here and here. Helpless, unable to move, while people threw bad eggs at him.
And tomatoes? Did they used to throw tomatoes?
No, they didn't. In fact, there weren't any tomatoes in England in those days. But they used to throw rotten fruit and dirt and even stones. Ah, ladies, what cruel times those used to be. That's what the old guide used to do.
That was marvelous.
I think you should take over my job.
Thank you very much, sir. Oh, there's one more thing the old guide used to do.
I think you are an excellent guide.
Thank you. He always used to do this, every time.
Well, ladies, I think it's time we got back in the car.
Oh, no. Not if he's driving.
Definitely not.
Pardon me, sir, but why don't you drive?
Me? What a wonderful idea.
Here are some examples of used to for past habit.
Certainly this place used to be open to visitors.
Perhaps it used to be, but I don't think it's open anymore.
My father used to drive this car. He was a very good driver. We used to have a bus for visitors, but Badger drove it into a wall.
This car always used to work perfectly.
It used to, until you started looking after it.
That tree never used to be there, I'm sure.
That tree has been there for 600 years. Usedn't there to be a statue here?
No, sir. There was never a statue here. I know what the old guide used to do.
What used he to do?
I'll show you.
Did people used to throw tomatoes?
No, they didn't. But they used to throw rotten fruit.
Things aren't what they used to be at Nearly Hall, as this visitor is about to discover.
Ah, good afternoon. Is this still Lord Nearly's place?
What do you mean? Is it still Lord Nearly's place?
Well, I know it used to be, but I hear he's been losing money. I thought he might have sold Nearly Hall.
I don't think Lord Nearly is losing money anymore.
Is that so? You see, I want to talk to him about money.
Oh?
Yes, I'm the manager of Old England Tours, the travel agent. Now, this used to be a good place to send tourists to.
Used to be? It still is.
Well, now all the tourists are complaining. Dozens of customers are asking me for their money back. So, I want some money back from Lord Nearly.
I don't think that's fair.
Well, I'm not asking you.
The car's waiting. It's time to go.
Lord Nearly, I think you should pay me some money.
I'm not Lord Nearly. That's Lord Nearly.
Oh, come now. He's the chauffeur.
No, I'm the chauffeur. Or rather, I used to be. Lord Nearly's the chauffeur now.
Don't be silly, my lord. Now, who are you?
Me? Nearly, of course. He's telling the truth.
My dear good man, you're just trying to be loyal to your employer here. Don't let's waste any more time, Lord Nearly.
I am not Lord Nearly. He is.
As you wish, but remember, I used to send hundreds of people to Nearly Hall. They came from all over the world. Now I shall send them to Nixbury Grange down the road.
Look, we can soon settle this. Call those ladies over, Badger, will you? You'll soon find out who I am.
This way, please, ladies.
That's just the way the old guide used to say it.
Excuse me, madam. Is this Lord Nearly?
Lord Nearly? Well, he was the bus driver. He used to drive the bus.
And Lord Nearly used to show people round?
Yes, but they've changed over.
Well, look, well, whichever of you is Lord Nearly, my customers are not getting value for money here.
Oh, but they are. The tour of the grounds is marvellous.
It used not to be very good, but now it is.
I don't believe it.
You don't trust people, do you, Mr.
Leach is the name. Leach. Your tour is no good.
Badger, I think we must give Mr. Leach a demonstration. Tell him about the pillory.
Just imagine, if you can, the discomfort of the poor victim punished in this pillory here. Imagine him helpless, bombarded with eggs. What cruel days those used to be.
Yes, it's very, very interesting.
I think you should see exactly what used to happen. First, they used to rest the victim's head here and his hands here. Would you mind, sir? Hey? Would you mind?
Oh, well.
Then they used to take this huge padlock and close it. Then they used to turn the key. There. Now the victim is unable to escape.
It's fascinating. Very interesting.
You know, Badger, I don't think Mr. Leach thinks our tours are very good.
Perhaps we ought to leave him here for a couple of hours. Then he may change his mind.
No. I used to think your tour wasn't very good, but I don't think so anymore. Look, please, would you let me out of here?
In a moment. That's how my ancestors used to persuade people to change their minds.
Please release me.
There used to be a small charge made for that.
In my pocket. Help yourself.
Is that what the old guide used to do?